Hello and welcome to thestockradio.com. Today we're very happy to have on the show CEO Sean Campbell from Blue Line Protection Group, Inc. Blue Line Protection Group is a publicly traded company on the OTCQB under the symbol BLPG. Sean, thank you very much for joining us today.
My pleasure.
Sean, to get things started, why don't you introduce us to Blue Line Protection? Tell us a bit about the company.
Blue Line Protection Group was set up initially to guard and transport various businesses in the marijuana industry in the United States primarily. The idea being that as these new states legalized this drug, they needed to protect their products and protect the currency, and they needed specific guards who were a bit more capable than the existing guard forces out there. 95% of our employees are ex-military or ex-police. And we've subsequently grown the business from guards and transportation into more of a compliance business where we help these businesses get their licenses in the various new states, help them keep their licenses in the new states, and through our compliance, help get these businesses into banking situations where banks will consider and in some cases take these businesses and bank their cannabis cash.
The security market is huge and very competitive. You kind of touched on it a little bit, but maybe just in more detail explain what service you provide that gives you that advantage.
Well, on the ground, you're moving large amounts of cash and you're protecting large growth that have many millions invested in them and many millions of dollars in product. So you need to have a service that's going to be adequate to protect them from the criminal elements who have in the past been very viable in this industry. So we feel that it's important that you have not only people that can deal with the public, and that's generally ex-policemen, but people that are able to protect certain items like the ex-military employees that we have.
Now, in a recent PR, you announced a contract with a marijuana company. Tell us about this, and do you see it as a growing opportunity?
The industry itself is very exciting. I mean, new states are legalizing quite often. We're now in 4 states. We started in 1. And although the business grows largely by the number of dispensers and number of grows that we're looking after, going forward, the compliance piece of our business is becoming increasingly important. To get banking is very difficult for these businesses. As a result, they have a large amount of cash that they cannot use and cannot really even store. As a result, we've created a vault for them. We've built a vault in our new building. But more importantly, we're working with local banks to make sure that they are able to possibly bank these businesses. The difficulty is that cannabis is still a banned substance under federal law, and all the banks in every state cannot bank forbidden drugs. They cannot take that cash in. However, the federal government, aware that there's an issue with this legalization in the state, has issued several guidelines. The most famous of these is the Cole Memo, where they state if you meet these various compliance requirements, then it is acceptable for you to bank cannabis cash. The problem is that 99.9% of these banks cannot possibly meet the requirements on their own, because the requirements that have been set out require that you have someone on the door checking the age of the purchaser, making sure that no product is smoked on premises, making sure that no product goes missing, making sure that when this product arrives that it's counted or weighed correctly, and that when the cash that's derived from the sale of that same product is counted correctly and the correct taxes are paid on it, and numerous other requirements, none of which the bank would normally address. And now, in order to bank cannabis cash, they have to address all these issues. So it served us very well that we're vertically integrated. So we have the guards at the door checking the ages. We have the transportation, so we're weighing the product as it comes in. We are transporting the revenue from these various dispensaries, so we know what the sales are. And on most occasions, we're taking that same cash to the tax people to pay their taxes, so we know that we can reconcile the sales with the their taxes, and therefore there's no criminal enterprise going on underneath. And the bank can be more certain that these enterprises are meeting the federal requirements. And on the basis of that, we've engaged with 4 banks in 3 states so far that are willing to bank cannabis cash.
Wonderful. Now, talk to us about some of your plans for expansion. What are some of the goals that you're setting for the company?
Well, we want to expand going forward in each of the states as they legalize cannabis. We found that to be very important to the local dispensaries. They need to be able to get their license. It helps them to get their license if they're using the right guards and the right transportation company. And when I say right, I mean the one with the best or the biggest reputation. We think we have both, the best and the biggest reputation in the industry, because of our presence in these 4 states so far. The growth plans are to continue to expand as the states open up and to continue to have a dominant position in each of these states. Currently, there's obviously guard services out there, and there are transportation services. But it is very rare. We know of 2 other companies that do both guards and transportation, but we know no company that's offering the guards, the transportation, and the compliance. We also offer the installation of alarms and video. We also offer these companies the ability to help them with their PEO so that we can do background checks and make sure that they're operating legally and doing everything according to the regulations. We also make sure that the businesses are obviously in compliance with the local laws and that we can validate that or effectively audit it, because we have people on the ground doing reports every day. For our compliance, we put together a report once a month for the bank. And because we're doing that, it's a unique offering for these businesses, many of whom are trying to keep within the regulations, within the legislation, but it's always changing, and we provide a greater service to them by looking after these issues for them. As it gets bigger and bigger, businesses move into the industry, and that is happening very rapidly. We're having grows that are doubling and tripling in size, and then we have newcomers who are coming in with grows that are the biggest in the state day one. All these grows need protection. They need alarms. They need the system set up, and that's what we're providing. So we're really growing along with the business, and because we're really basically getting a piece of every business as it grows. And that is our MO going forward, and it's working very well so far.
Sean, thank you very much. It's been a pleasure speaking to you and learning more about this side of the business, the protection of this rapidly growing cannabis business. We've been speaking to CEO Sean Campbell from Blue Line Protection Group, Inc. For more information, the company's website is www.bluelineprotectiongroup.com. And again, the company is publicly traded on the OTCQB under the trading symbol BLPG. So go to your favorite financial portal. You can get that information. Again, the symbol is BLPG. Sean, we appreciate your time. I look forward to speaking to you again.
Thank you very much, Carl. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.